Hey, it's me, Studatuta. I'm back. I know it's been a while, but as Beth likes to say, all that golf is not going to play itself. No, actually, well, we've been very busy finishing up our spring classes, launching spring classes, getting our summer stuff going, and playing some golf. But I'm back because I want to talk to you about something I thought of today, which is a very simple thing, but it's a great thing to talk to your students about and to think about maybe for yourself, or if you are a student, for yourself. It's about saying these three words, one of which is a contraction. So technically it could be four words, but you have to learn to say, as a student, as someone who wants to learn and improve your mind and your scores, you must learn to say, I don't know. I know. Crazy. What does that mean? Well, it comes from school, like many of our educational problems, unfortunately. We do something in school called fronting. We pretend to know things we don't. So our teacher will leave us alone. So we cover the fact that we haven't been paying attention, or we cover the fact that we're incredibly confused, which is kind of anti the point of going to school and learning things. But we do that because we're self-conscious. We do that because we think everyone else knows and we don't know, or because we just don't care. As students, none of that is very productive. And when I work with students, we go through this whole rigmarole where I'll ask them a question. Let's say it's grammar. I'll say, what's a noun for? A noun is used for, and then they'll just say, a noun is a verb. No, it's used to describe things. No, it's a subject. Yes, what's a subject? A subject is a noun. After which, at some point, I tell them, you're just saying grammar words, aren't you? Because you want to feel like you're giving a grammar answer. But none of that helps. If you say those three magic words when I ask you a question you don't know, if you say, I don't know, then I'm free to teach you. Then we've cut through it all. Now, I know in this country that everyone knows everything, right? We all were experts on COVID. We're all experts on education and how to run things and science, but really we don't know. We don't know. So if you're with someone who does know, or maybe you're even paying them to know things, let them teach you. Let them teach you. Say, I don't know. And then everything is possible. Now, the other reason that students do this and get away with this is teachers, right? Teachers are taught to be caring, supportive, progressive individuals, often. And that is sometimes and usually a wonderful, supportive, caring, progressive thing. But when it comes to students being wrong, it's just dopey. Okay. If I ask a student, what's a verb, and they say a noun, I'm going to say no. That makes no sense. You just said a grammar word again. But teachers often will say, oh, well, that's not quite right, but I understand what you were thinking. What a load of bad education. But it lets the student off the hook. For whatever reason, they were saying wrong words in answer to the question just so they could front and seem like they're doing something. They did their job. They were studenting back to the teaching. They didn't have to actually process or think or say, I don't know. But that's really the gold. That's really what you ought to be saying. when you don't know. It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing. It always comes back to one of my favorite statements, which is not, there is no I in team, but there are two I's in idiots. That's my second favorite. My first favorite saying is, the fool thinks he's a wise man, but the wise person knows she's a fool. The minute you can acknowledge your ignorance, you can learn. Because ignorance is not stupidity. Ignorance is just not knowing something. Stupidity is the inability to learn something. And we'll talk about that next time. So for the StuTube, whatever number this is, I bid you adieu. Hope you don't get floated away in this tropical rain we're having, and enjoy the rest of the summer. Till next we meet. Peace.